Well, hi, hello, hot stuff. So now here coming at you with another video, and this is not my idea. Pro hairdresser rates your curly hair routines. In previous years, y'all saw me be concerned about it. Girl, I'm just reacting. Y'all do what y'all want to do. Let's see what he's talking about. A little Zen gunpowder for its Shop Simple Apothecary.
Hello, beautiful. Today we have a little game. It's called Rate Your Hair Routine. So basically what happens is I'm very critical in these videos. I see what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and every time you do something that is wrong in your hair care routine or something you could have done better, you will lose a point. So you go from 10 points to 9 points, and it just keeps going down and down and down. And
I'm to get some notes. Let me tell you something. I like this shit right here. You know what I'm talking about? Because I've been the one telling y'all what to do and what not to do for a real long time. To see somebody else do it, and who knows if whether or not I agree with everything he said, because most of the time I don't agree with nothing that y'all do. So hold on.
Then at the end of the game, whoever has the highest score wins. So let's rank some curly hair routines. This video is by Vanessa Lynn Beauty.
So I just had taken out my braids a couple days ago. I had them in for 6 weeks.
Whoa! It's time for a wash day, huh? She had braids in, so understandable why her hair looks very wild right now.
And normally I keep them in for like only a week because my hair is so fine, so they tend to slide out. But this time they stood in a little bit longer, but they were really itchy. As long as you use like really good products, you're pretty much fine. But my hair is color treated, so I do have to do a little bit more.
We're getting into it. Is she gonna lose a point? Some people lose points like right away, so we're gonna see if this is that type of video.
All I did was go like this and lightly detangle, and then where it snags is where I'll like pull it a little bit. Your fingers have natural oil to help guide it. Take it, pull it apart.
This is great! Thumbs up. We are actually doing great. Basically what she's saying is that before she washes her hair, she's actually dividing the hair and getting those really big knots out before she actually washes. It helps make sure that you're not pulling out your hair when you're done shampooing and conditioning and you're adding more knots. It's better to get some knots out before you actually condition.
I just don't, because I just don't feel like it's necessary. Before I used to freak out when I used to have like hair falling out, but it's because I haven't brushed it or washed it in 3 weeks.
She hasn't washed it in 3 weeks, so we're about to see probably a lot of hair come out of her head.
So I'm using the Patterned hydration line. I was running out of conditioner, so I ended up using the very last of it and then having to go in with my We Dad Intense hydrating mask right after. This is me washing my hair after 3 weeks of leaving my braids in, so it was really dirty. I'm pretty sure I did conditioner first to detangle it a little bit, and then I went in with my shampoo.
Ooh, thumbs up. So that is amazing. She actually went in with conditioner first to detangle, and then she's shampooing. You can totally do that if you have very tangly, curly hair. If your ends are like all clumped together and really matted, please go in with conditioner first and get those tangles out, because what happens is if you put the shampoo on first and
no, Brad, no, sir, no, Brad, and no to the rest of y'all. The thing in the conditioner that y'all are so in love with that's giving it is slip. So this video, I'm giving my first strike off. So the thing in conditioner that gives this is slip. Those same key constituents are in oils like hemp seed oil and almond oil and walnut oil. So you can do the same exact thing with oil without breaking your bonds. I know a bunch of y'all not gonna agree. It doesn't matter, because there are thousands of women that are taking the 7-day challenge who no longer detangle with conditioner, and they know, but no, Brad, and no, girl.
Going like this on your scalp, you're gonna tangle up your hair even more, and you're going to end up ripping so much hair out. When you're done with the shampoo and conditioning process, you're gonna have to go with that brush and really yank out those knots, and it's not gonna be cute. So great technique. We haven't lost a point yet. I think this is the longest somebody's ever gone without losing a point, honestly. Like usually it's pretty quick, but we shall see.
Shampoo is really for your scalp, so that you can get rid of all of that buildup and dandruff and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna use this scrubber.
The point of this video is for me to critique. I'm not seeing anything.
Pause. The point of, before he say whatever he's gonna say, that's another one. So video number 1 got a second strike, because people love to say shampoo is for the hair and conditioner is for the and conditioner is for the hair shaft, which is true. But when we say that professionally, it's to focus mainly on the conditioner, to tell you that conditioner doesn't go on the hair. Conditioner is for the hair, shampoo is mainly focused on the scalp. But through Team Natural taught y'all that y'all don't have to shampoo the scalp. You can just go, I mean, y'all don't have to shampoo the hair as long as you shampoo the scalp, and that's not true. I taught you in this video here, link in the description box, that there is a certain type of fungi that lives in the hair follicle, in the hair follicle, yes, in the hair follicle and the hair shaft. You know, wingworm, yeah, the fungus that creates wingworm in the first place lives in the hair shaft. So if you go by this technique of only shampooing the hair, and I mean only shampooing the scalp and not shampooing the hair, you never remove the fungi from the hair shaft. Girl, y'all just be saying stuff.
And yet she's also using a scrubber tool. They look like this. It is great because it kind of like gets at your scalp without tangling everything around it. So if you have long, very tangly hair, such a great tool to have. I use it all the time in my hair as well. I just like the feeling of it. It's way better than using your fingers, and it gets that dirt off the scalp, which she is going to need, because 3 weeks without shampooing, it's good to clean that scalp. That way you don't have too much oil buildup or dead skin buildup.
Like, it's really not that complicated. Why do we have to have this long conversation about shampoo?
I'm gonna take a point off. We're going down to a 9, and that is because I just don't feel like that was enough conditioner. You have such long hair with a lot of tangles. You want to get that conditioner on those ends. You want to get a lot of it. I mean, you don't need like clumps of it, but like 2 big pumps or 2 big squirts. You know, you don't need to cover your entire hand with it, but just a little bit more than that. I think she said she was running out of product though, so that might be the reason. I do love that she's focusing the conditioner just on her ends. She is starting to detangle. Oh, I'm taking another point off. We are now at an 8. This is
We're now at an 8. Hold on. The reason that she's losing so much hair when she detangling, because she never detangled at the first place. Just going like this with your fingers is not enough. The average human being has anywhere between 500,000 to anywhere between 100,000 to 400,000 strands of hair on their head, because each pore exudes anywhere between 1 to 4 strands. So the average person, and there are over 100,000 pores, follicles on the human scalp, over 100,000 follicles on the human scalp. So when you do the math, the average human has anywhere between 100,000 to 400,000 strands. So you just using your fingers and detangling like that, that's why you have so many knots and tangles, because you never really detangled. You just ran your hands through it.
Be a controversial one, and I know we all have different techniques. I'm just telling you my own technique here. I don't recommend brushing your hair when it's wet. That is because it is at its most fragile state when it's wet. Your hair stretches by like 50% or more when it's wet. So brushing it and aggressively brushing the knots out of your hair while it's wet, while it has conditioner even in your hair, it's not going to be effective, because your hair is just stretching as you try to brush it out, and those knots are just stretching out as well. I'd rather just dry the hair with a blow dryer or naturally air dry it for a little bit, so it's like 50% dry at least before brushing it. That way you can actually get those knots out and you don't have to pull too hard on the hair. You're also gonna get less breakage that way. So that is an 8 for you.
I've been saying this for years. And I think this video itself is a couple years old. And the thing is, when this video is over, we're gonna look at some of the comments, but I'm more than positive that and I haven't looked at the comments yet, I'm more than positive it's a bunch of black women like, oh my god, y'all know what you're talking about, we gotta do that, we gotta do that. Y'all are annoying. People have been trying to help y'all. That's what gets on my nerves. They were like, nobody wants to help black women. People have been trying to help black women learn how to properly do their hair for a really long time, but nobody listens. Nobody listens. Everybody thinks that they know more than people who've been to school.
It's a lot of hair,
forever.
Listen,
I don't usually do deep conditioning treatments or any hair masks, but I was running out of conditioner, so it was just killing 2 birds with 1 stone that I used this intense hydrating mask. This was the second time that I used it by WeDad, but the first time that I was actually paying attention to how my hair actually was and if it was moisturized, and I feel like it was very moisturizing indeed.
Take another point off. We at a 7, and I'm taking a point off too, because y'all get on my nerves. Y'all don't know what moisturizing means. To add moisture is to create a barrier. Girl, you ain't creating no barrier. You pulling your hair out. with the brush.
Taking another point off, we're out of 7. She said she doesn't use any deep conditioning hair masks. In the beginning of the video, she said that, and she said that's because she, I don't know, basically she just doesn't. She doesn't
You
feel like
definitely
she
need
needs it.
it.
Which, okay, a couple things though. Why are we focusing the deep conditioner on the root? I think it's because she has a lot of tangles up there. What I would recommend doing is putting this deep conditioner all over your hair, getting it in there, and waiting like 5-10 minutes with it on. That will really help soften the hair. And then once you rinse it out, that is usually when the tangles are released, when the hair is softened up. So I don't love when I see you guys like put conditioner on and then try to comb it through. It doesn't work that way. I promise. Also, we're going down to 6 on the board. I would love to see you use a bond builder, and not every single time you wash your hair, but once every couple washes. But she should definitely be using one since her hair is processed and curly.
I'm really hoping that all of this hair is just dead hair that was just trapped in my hair from not being able to brush it for 3 weeks.
That's not dead hair, sis. I'ma show you.
That's a lot of hair. It's a lot.
Right here on the screen, this is an illustration of how much
a lot of hair. It feels like it's not a normal amount of hair.
After I rinsed out the hydrating, moisturizing, intense mask that I use, I went in with my leave-in conditioner, and then I used the Inner Sense volumizing lotion in my hair. This gives me some of the definition that I get when I end up teasing my hair and fluff it out.
We aren't towel drying or anything yet. We are just putting the product in the extremely wet hair. I'm taking a point off. I'm sorry. I understand putting product on wet hair. I get why you do it. The product is just not going to absorb well if your hair is sopping wet. It needs to get in the hair fiber, but if it's already filled with water, it's not gonna be able to get in there. It's just
because, like I tell you guys on my channel on a regular basis, the human hair shaft can only absorb 30%, 36% of whatever you put on it. That includes water. So in the hair salon, we towel dry your hair really well before we add on leave-in conditioner, because I want to get as much of the water out of your cuticle as I can, because the hair can only absorb 36% of whatever I put on it.
It's gonna drip right out, so you're not really gonna see a lot of the effects you would have seen if you just towel dried real quick. As for the products, good enough. A deep conditioner, a conditioning cream, and a volumizing
so unnecessary. All of the products. And
I don't section my hair because I'm very lazy. I actually hate doing my hair. I don't like how wet my hands get.
That's why you lost so much hair. We can tell.
And then I run my fingers through it, and then I scrunch it with my microfiber towel. Then you see me applying more water to my hair, because like I said before, or if I didn't say it, the more water you have on your hair, the less product that you use.
That is true, that the more water on your hair, the less product you use, but it's not actually like a good thing, because, you know, the product's just probably not gonna...
Exactly. It's not a good thing, because the less product you're using, because your hair can only absorb 36% of whatever you put on it. So you having a bunch of water on your hair is the reason that the product isn't working, because you only getting however much water is on your hair. If you have water, so much water in your hair that it's past that 36% intake, then none of the product is actually in your hair. It's all sitting on top of your hair. So the wetter your hair is, the less product is actually in it. Y'all getting this video getting on my nerves.
Work as well.
Okay, y'all, so this is the next day. This is how we look. No manipulation or nothing, just a lot of dancing around and fluffing.
Holy sh**.
Like, so y'all know my hair is color treated and stuff like that.
And stuff like that. That's nice. I want y'all to pay attention. And the thing is, the reason that everybody like taking shots at people like me when we say things about curly hair is because curly hair is y'all mask. Curly hair is the way that you deflect from the reality of what's really going on with your hair, because when you look at her hair, yes, it's big and beautiful and curly. It makes her face and her bone structure pop, yes. But when she comes to see a cosmetologist like me, this is what her hair is actually gonna look like once it's straightened out, because she combed all of that hair out. And pay attention to how thick her hair is at the top and how stringy it is at the bottom. This video is triggering me.
My curls are not super defined,
You're beautiful,
but I
though, baby.
prefer volume.
Wow. She has gorgeous hair. I love the color. I'm sending you some stuff. First of all, I want to send you Wave Tech. I feel like your hair would just do better with a foam than a cream because you like the volume. And it still feels slightly frizzy. I'm gonna send you some color, obviously, because that's gorgeous. And some BDSM balm because it's my literal favorite thing ever for curly hair, to just finish it off and get rid of that frizz without weighing your hair down. But overall, you did a good job. You know, obviously, I'm nitpicking. I'm going in on you. I'm so sorry. Your hair looks amazing. You do a lot of things right, but we can always improve. I can improve in a lot of things, and so can everybody else. So Vanessa's final score is a 5. So the next person has to beat a 5. Can they do it? We shall see. Our next contestant on whose hair routine is the best is India Batson. Let's see what she has to offer us. She's doing something called the bowl method, so I'm intrigued.
The very first thing you're gonna need for the bowl method, surprise, surprise, is a bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
I am intrigued, but I'm feeling like this is going to decrease her points because a bowl, I'm open to new things, but a bowl, it seems like we're doing things that are unnecessary. Really, but hey, what do I know?
We're jumping in with the Olaplex number 3, and it is going to rebuild the bonds in your hair that have been broken down. This is not a protein treatment, however, it does have similar results for me to a protein treatment.
Okay, I think this is great that she's using a bond builder. Awesome job with that. She said she had just gotten it colored, so it is great to rebuild those bonds a bit and bring that health back.
I love the shampoo. It does have an oil based, and it is very nourishing to the scalp.
Should I take a point off? Should I not take a point off?
Why?
No, I'm actually not going to, because I actually do like the way she's shampooing. She is being very gentle. She is getting that scalp cleaned, but she is not going like this and aggressively putting little tiny abrasions on her scalp with her fingernails. Like, we don't want to do that. It could cause dry scalp and all sorts of nasty things. She's using a beautiful amount of conditioner, and she is putting it on her scalp. I'm going to take a point off.
Yes, I agree.
Ooh, he took a point off. This is my game, and I get to play how I want to play. Because her hair is heavy, I feel like that conditioner is going to weigh down her curls, and it's just not going to be optimal. Let's avoid the scalp a little bit.
Jumping in with the Twist Feelin' Thirsty Curl Refresh and Conditioning Spray. So I'm going to use this as a conditioning spray. This is the only product that I'm going to be using here today that does have silicones in it. So if you do follow the Curly Girl method 100%, this is not the product for you.
She's putting in a conditioning spray, which is always great for drier, curlier hair, so I'm into that. Also, she mentioned something about silicones. I don't get the whole silicone thing. Silicones are fine, okay? I don't even want to get into it, right? Like why it's fine.
Exactly. And the thing is, the reason that he don't want to get into it is because as a professional cosmetologist, silicones are like our best friend. It's like one of the best things ever. And if you use it right, it's amazing. And the crazy thing is the curly girl method and all of the layering and all of the things, all of those products that y'all are getting and all of the different hacks that you have are literally there to replace what silicones naturally do. So when the curly girl method, all of that crap, y'all all completely took away the use of silicones, but silicones is what y'all are trying to mimic. Silicone is the one thing that everybody should be implementing back into their regimens. Like, some of the things that you guys do are your biggest detriments, like the sulfate free thing. The reason that most of y'all have scalp and follicle infections is because the sulfate free shampoos that you guys are using are not strong enough to kill the yeast and bacteria and fungi that lives in the scalp. So it just keeps growing and growing and spreading and spreading. And then on top of that, the conditioners that you're using are oil based. They replace most of the silicones with oils. Yuck. And those are not the same thing. So you start feeding bacteria and growing bacteria instead of really cleansing all of the bacteria off and just putting a light covering like silicone on. But you know, whatever, what do I know? I just do hair.
There are ways to use silicones. That is totally fine. It can of course cause buildup, but you will know when you have a buildup of silicone in your hair, and it takes a whole lot for that to happen. But without silicones, guys, you're never gonna get that like glassy, shiny.
That's what y'all looking for.
We're going to place our bowl underneath where the water is going to land, essentially, and we're going to squeeze squish the products in where it all recycles into a bowl, and then you use those products to then continue styling your hair.
I hate it. It's the same story as the last girl. Guys, you gotta get a little bit of that water out so that the product can absorb in your hair. So she's gonna dip her hair basically in water with the product in, basically rinse off the product, take it out again, squeeze the
Wait. Again, human hair shampoo can only absorb 36% of what you put on it. So you dipping your hair in a bowl of water and I am so confused. What? I'm so confused. How does this even make sense? Because shut up and watch her dip it.
Product back in her hair, then rinse it again. That's
Take a point off. She needs to lose most of her points.
I'm taking another point off. Oh my god, what are you gonna do? You may not win the grand prize of nothing. Your points are going down. I would rather see her style her hair, use like a Denman brush or a wide tooth comb, at least get some of those curls in there, and then put the product in, rather than like have her hair sopping wet, not styled, then put the product in, then try to style it. It seems like backwards.
And with this method, I did not take any of the water out of my hair. I'm applying this to soaking wet hair, which is gonna leave.
And the reason that you guys think that you have the illusion of perfect curls is because none of the product actually went in your goddamn hair. It just sat on top of it. So that's not how your hair really feels. It's how your hair feels when it's covered with product. And this is why y'all use different product lines and be like, oh, it didn't work for my hair. It's not the product, it's you. This is crazy. And as you can see, this is not a black woman thing or a white woman thing. This is just white. I was about to say, this is just white women. This is just women, period. Y'all are special. I'm a woman too, but I'm not y'all type of woman. Y'all are special.
Leave me with really like perfect frizz-free wavy curls. And I am gonna add just a little bit of water to the tippy top. It doesn't feel quite as squishy as the bottom. I'm gonna use a spray water bottle. They're super awesome at just refreshing specific parts of your hair.
I love that water bottle. I have the same one. They're great. It is so important with curly hair to keep it damp while you're in that styling phase. That way the frizz doesn't happen. So I like this. I like that she's dampening her hair in between, but not wet. I don't like the wet.
For our styler today, we're gonna be jumping in with the Ready Set Bounce Soft Hold Curl Defining Jelly. It kind of is like a cream and gel in one.
Okay, so now she's putting a jelly cream thing in her hair. I'm gonna take a point off. I'm gonna do it. By the way, you're doing great. If you're watching,
You're doing a bunch of stupid
I'm just being
stuff.
critical. Don't worry. I just don't really love gels for her type of hair. Unless she's going for that weighed down, like flatter curl wave, which is fine. I'm just gonna take a point off because I feel like it. And like I'd rather see her use a foam or something that's just gonna make her hair a little bouncier and just a product that's like lighter than a gel.
And I'm kind of going to do like a bit of a rope method where I kind of split it and like scrunch it in here.
I like that she's doing a good scrunch. We always love a good scrunch. Thumbs up for that. Yeah, she's really going in there. It's beautiful.
Before jumping in with the gel, I'm going to finish our bowl method and take our water and dunk my hair in this, and then we're going to squish to condition this water.
I hate it.
Dunking it in, squishing it out. My hair is beginning to feel like seaweed, and I'm not mad at it.
I just don't get it. So we're only dipping like this much of the hair in the water and then just kind of taking the product out and then swishing it back in. It's just not computed.
So I am next going to wet plop. All I'm gonna do is flip my hair over and I'm gonna put it in kind of like what you would use for a shower cap and just let it plop up there so it can't soak up any excess waters. It's not perfect. I've got a couple pieces hanging out.
Ah, yes. I love it. I think it gives it the most beautiful curls and waves because you're laying all that hair on the top of your head, making sure that gravity's not laying anything down. You're gonna get nice volume and your curl pattern is gonna be super tight. This is gonna look beautiful, but it does require like a lot of time to dry.
So I'm just gonna leave my hair wet plopped for about 15 minutes. It shouldn't look too incredibly different because it won't be any drier. And then I'm going to diffuse.
Because it's not gonna do nothing. That didn't do anything. It didn't dry.
I'm taking a bite off. This is me again being very critical, but one thing I gotta say about diffusing, if your hair is
because you
prone
go in
to frizz,
the cuticle
don't diffuse
downward.
upwards, diffuse from the side. You can pull your hair up and diffuse it to get that volume in there, but going up like this pushes all that frizz up. And
yes, because the cuticle goes down this way, which is another reason why I can't stand the little glory hole blow dryer that y'all been using.
people often end up with like major frizz at the end of diffusing because of that reason. So I try to always diffuse from the side and from the top. By the way, girl, I will be sending you product as well.
Oh! Finished results before even
Wow.
fluffing it, you guys. This is the best my hair has ever looked, you guys. I'm shook.
So this is after she fluffed it up, and I am blown away. I didn't even think her hair was gonna be that curly. Like from the beginning, her hair was kind of wavy, and now it's like full on curls. Beautiful. Ooh, that was a showdown, baby. I was on the edge of my fucking seat, and I'm the judge. So clearly, they both tied. These are our two winners for today because they both did the same amount of things wrong and right. But beautiful job with your curly hair routine, and you know, there's always things that everybody can work on. Make sure you guys check me out everywhere else. Here are my social media handles. Here they are.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what y'all want me to say. I don't know. Let's look at the comments. And then as soon as you go in the comments, the first thing you see is black. Ooh, y'all just, this was 4 years ago. I'm in love with this comment section. All of us curly hair people standing up for what actually works. I'm honestly convinced he's never actually worked with curly hair clients before. Oh my God. He probably hasn't. It's why you see a curly hair specialist or get educated in something before you speak on it. Or just be honest and say that you don't know much about curly hair. Fucking up curly hair is bad. Curly hair has specific needs and is structured a little bit differently than regular straight hair. That's what the comments is full of. And it's crazy because again, this is 4 years ago. He literally said everything that I've been saying, and actually I have some critiques to his technique. He actually agreed with more of your techniques than I do as a black woman. And it's crazy because over the last decade, with me saying all of these things, people are like, oh my God, she's spreading misinformation. But now today in 2025, like I literally just saw one of the main people that y'all used to like, oh well, Star Puppy said and this person said, and all of these people, and almost every last one of the people that y'all have been following have some form of balding, right? And this is the thing, and I don't care how y'all feel. I don't. But the thing is, if y'all can say whatever y'all want to say to me, right? But y'all all been doing the same things, putting the same fruits and vegetables in your hair, the same two-string twist, the same Revere air blow dryer, all of the same stuff. Can you please explain to me why all of them have the same bald spot in the middle of their head at the same time? I can name about 5 right off the top of my head right now, and if you can think of any, leave them in the comments. Or you don't have to name them, just let me say, I know sis, I've seen it, saying, let me know in the comments. But this was 4 years ago. People have been ringing the bell and sounding the alarm and trying to teach black women stuff forever, but y'all been standing united, power to the people. And now all of the women that y'all started following got the same bald spot in the middle of their head. How much sense does that make? One is like, oh, it's because of alopecia. Another one is like, oh, it's because of stress. Another one is like, oh, it's because of my thyroid. Another one is like, oh, I don't think it's the Revere air blow dryer. I think it's because I did this. And everybody has all of these things to say. However, back probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I told y'all that we would be in this spot, and I also told y'all that the people who got y'all in this spot wouldn't be here and ready to hold accountability and hold responsibility for the place that they got y'all in. And what do you know? Look at where we at today. So I don't really have too much more to say in this perspective, and I'm gonna be honest, that is why everything is over within the Simple Vault, right? I have a Simple Vault that has different tiers where you can get all of my scientific information over there, because it's crazy. Like, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over and over again expecting a different result. I'm not doing that, because for over a decade I've been telling y'all the same things that Brad told y'all in the video, if not more. And the same women I'm talking about, there are so many black women in the comments arguing with him. And so then when y'all see different things, or when y'all people say stuff like, oh, like they don't make stuff for black women and they don't do this for black women. Well, every single time people try to help y'all, this is what y'all do. So people make a decision like, you know what, well, I'm just gonna mind my business and let them figure it out on their own. And that's where stuff is right now. And it's like that with other black women too, but the difference is some of us are still like, okay, we're still gonna help you, but just from a different perspective. Like me, with my private practice, I focus more so on herbal care. However, yes, I can't believe I'm saying this on YouTube, but yes, I do take bookings, one-on-one personal bookings, hair appointments. I only really offer hair extensions right now, and then silk presses. That's all I offer. Yes, I'm bookable. You can book me through the link in the description box, but I have Simple Apothecary, so I'm not operating solely as a cosmetologist, so my prices will not reflect the rest of the cosmetology industry. They will not, because I'm not just offering a hair service, it is a full holistic service. So if you're interested, right, if you're interested and you're ready to have a real scientific herbal luxury hair experience, then yes, link in the description box below. But if you looking for old sundial prices and prices that reflect everybody else's prices, girl, don't even click the link. Girl, don't click it. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? And don't even click it. It is no rush. I promise you I'm booked and busy. I promise. But my appointments are going to be by request only. Even though you'll see availability pop up, that availability doesn't reflect when you can book me. That availability reflects like the consultations that we'll have to see if whether or not I will open up my books to you. So link in the description box below. If you have requested an appointment with me, make sure you check your emails, because after a certain amount of time, like after 2 weeks, if you haven't answered back to the message that I send you after the request, then the request is canceled and it moves on to the next person. Okay, I love you guys so much. If you want to see me, click the link in the description box below. But girl, this video, they both failed. Both got an F+.